Yo, GD here, and as you can see, this is not some F1 gameplay or anything at all. This is actually some real life footage, and this is of the WTF1 karting Grand Prix that I took part in on last Saturday, and my teammate was Jack Goldsmith, so please follow him in the Twitter description down below. A phenomenal driver. It's amazing to be pairing up with him, and thank you so much for WTF1 for actually hosting this event. It was done so well. The pre-race show with all the sports cars, the old F1 cars going around the track, and just the organisation, the amount of people here, 35 teams, 2 to 3 drivers per team. As you see Lando Norris getting out the kart there, so you have a few celebrities here, and yeah, thank you so much for them for actually setting up, and I really hope it becomes a regular series in future. But I will be talking over this highlights of our race pretty much. No footage of actually on board, all off board. So it can be found on the stream, which I put down in the description down below for the full hour stream, because this is an hour endurance race. And as you can see, car number 27, which is Jack Goldsmith, we actually qualified on pole position, and the race is about to start now. And I'll just be talking over some footage of just basically what was going on through our minds throughout this, just a little bit of an insight. And then hopefully you just enjoy this as well as much as I did when I actually took part. So the race is now about to start, starting on pole position with kart number 27. Jack Goldsmith in the blue and white helmet overalls, his own custom race suit. Whereas I'm in the black race suit. I'm doing the second stint with my red and white helmet, which you'll be able to see a little bit later on. So now Jack gets a really good start here. Really good going into turn 1. He's a very good driver around here. He's pretty much a specialist around here. You can see how many karts are coming into here. It is absolutely insane, and we get a really clean getaway. There's already a little bit of a battle for second, which I was looking from the grandstand, from the balcony at Buckmore Park. I was really happy to see that because I really wanted us to just get a nice little lead. So when I took over, I wouldn't really have too much to do. Hopefully just maintain the gap or even extend the gap, because I've been racing around here myself for quite a few years, and these are the brand new Sodi RTA karts, which are just arrive and drive karts, high karts, so anyone can drive this, and they're really good fun. And these are the brand new ones as well, so the karts are pretty much completely equal. The steering wheel feels so nice. It reminds me of a Fanatec CSL wheel, like we did have at the F1 esports. So it's really nice to drive. The only difference I would say is the weight between drivers. That can make a fairly big impact on your lap times, but apart from that, from what I was driving, I wasn't really losing any time on the straights or anything, so there's no complaints from me. Me and Jack both had some really good pace around here, because we've both been driving these karts and this track for quite a few years now. And as you can see, got a little bit of the lap time delta on the top left. We are called Limitless Racing, which obviously you know why Limitless, because that's my name, and Racing because we are a racing team together. And so just in case you didn't actually know, that didn't know what our team was actually called, that's our name. And Jack is doing a phenomenal job at the moment, extending the gap quite nicely. You can see a few novices around here. There's a few people with different skill levels, abilities. I'd say the top 10 to 15 drivers are very high skill levels. You can see Lando Norris in kart number 17 there, attacking number 11 ahead of him, as he's been dive bombed down the inside as well. So quite a few drivers with their own custom lids, custom race suits, which is normally a good indicator that they're fairly experienced through here now. But you can see Jack, after 2 laps, he's already technically out of the DRS zone. If there was a DRS zone, he's already out of it. And I just want to say as well, thank you so much for the support on my channel, despite not really being active on here, because I'm pretty much waiting for the new game to become very active again, 2-3 videos a day. Thank you so much for watching my streams, my Twitch, follow me in there. It really is appreciated, and any donations which some people have donated to me, it's been I'm incredibly grateful for that, and I'm just really grateful for that. But moving on to here now, I've actually taken over the car. So Jack did the first 15 minutes, and he'll do the last 15. So I do the half an hour stint in the middle, and we've actually been overcutted by the number 6 car, because coming out the pits, instead of me driving out straight away, what happened was that I actually just waited. So I actually cost us 4 or 5 seconds, literally just waiting on the main straight until karts came past, when in reality everyone just drove out from what I saw. So I could have still maintained the lead. So now we've actually quite a difficult task of actually catching number 6, who's a very good driver. And you can see me in the black race suit and the red helmet we're actually starting to close in now, and the pace was really good. So I was really determined to try and get a nice lead for Jack in the last stint, because we both each have got to make one more pit stop. So number 6, he's already made his pit stop from his teammate who was in the pink helmet at the start. You can see me now actually starting to close in. Nice little bit of DRS on that guy, number 13. So I'm overtaking him and going to turn 1. That's a nice little move done. And now I'm just completely focused on trying to get that number 6, overtake him. But as we've actually been dive bombed down the inside, and that's not even for position. That's a guy who's already been lapped. I don't know how many times, a few times maybe already, 2 times actually. He just completely lost his braking. So you can see here, that could have been catastrophic for our team, to get the opposite lock to try and keep it. A little bit of a shake ahead from me, but we just tried to regroup and just focus on the race ahead. You can see now going over, using all those curbs as much as possible. And in these karts, you really need to just gain as much momentum as possible. If you just lose a little bit of momentum running on the curbs or anything, it really bogs you down. And there's not really too many braking zones around here. There's only really the first hairpin, and at the bottom, the paddock corner, the very bottom of the hill. Whereas number 7, he's coming down the hill now. But we'll be able to see when we get to it. So this corner is a quite heavy braking zone. If you go too fast, the kart really bumps up and down. So you actually purposely go a little bit slower to get a really good exit, but bring very smooth through here, not really braking through this. And now this section completely flat out, and if it actually shoots it to when you go downhill. So here, my favorite corner on the track, the right hand, as this corner completely flat out, a little lift going into here. And this, again, you want a little lift and then carry the speed coming up this hill. It's number 6. Now we're both going through traffic. A little bit of a lift once again. And now we've actually just, look how much we're closing in for. We're 3 seconds, a couple of laps ago. Now we're right on the back. I feel the outright pace was just quicker, and we're just getting through the traffic just a little bit more smoother than him. As you can see, he's looking behind, which is what I want to see. I want him to be a little bit nervous. So now I was really pumped. I've got another 10 minutes left of my stint before Jack Goldsmith takes over. He's going through a bit of traffic. I'm trying to get through this as efficiently as possible at this point. As you can see, we managed to get one. Thinking about going down the inside there, but we know we've still got 25 minutes of race to go. And he's still got a good pit stop as well. So if I could overtake him, get a few seconds gap. Number 6 has got to make another pit stop. So I felt with Jack taking over the last stint, him taking it to the line, I felt very confident that we could try and win this race. You can see now, 6 temps or 9 temps behind him, and we're coming up to number 1, which is I think is a goal. It's actually Jess, who actually commentates in the AOR. I didn't get a chance to meet her, but I got a chance to meet a lot of people, and whoever came up to me, it was really, really humbling to me, because to be honest, I've never really had that too much in the past. And it's just really motivating to me. There's a lot of people who just came up who don't even race against me. They're just a fan of my YouTube channel. It was really, really humbling, and thank you so much to anyone who did, because it really made my day, to be honest. It was just really nice to actually have a kind of an impact on someone where it actually motivates them to play the game or just to be really interested in racing. So I really do appreciate that, and I really hope in future we have many more opportunities for that to happen. But now coming through here now, we're coming up to number 1, where Jess was actually quite good. She was actually at quite a good pace. You can see he's actually overtaken her. She's actually fighting back, which is helping me even more. So I was trying to go around the outside here, but I was going to try and save it for the main straight. Getting into, well, I don't know if you can really get a slipstream in these karts, but trying to get in up behind him. Bump drafting him a little bit down the straight. Was thinking about going down the inside, but he's actually going to go down the inside. Another one, so I was going to try and follow him through as well, just trying not to lose any time. And now this is where I see my opportunity. So we'll go down the inside, make a little bit of contact. He tries to cut. Well, I didn't really look behind, but I think he's trying to come back at me. But it's Jess. He's been a little bit compromised. He goes a little bit tight, and now this is the time. Got a clear track ahead of me now. And that was a really good move. I chose to do it there because I felt if I could get ahead of him to the next corner as well, it was stopping him from coming back at me. So you can see here, putting out the last minute. I think I surprised him actually a little bit. He actually turns in already when I'm alongside, make a little bit of contact. I didn't feel that was my fault or anything at all. I felt I was already down the inside, so I felt I had the right of way really to continue on to that. And now we're into the lead, and now we've actually started to pull away a little bit already. So if we go across the line, we'll be able to see what the lap time is. It's 4 tenths of a second now. And I can tell you for the rest of my stint, we actually managed to pull away. I think it's to 3 or 4 seconds or so. Whereas he actually continues on pretty much almost to the end of the race. So driving very, very well, keeping it really consistent, getting through traffic quite nicely. But we'll probably go skip on ahead now just a little bit until when Jack takes over. So I've got about 7 minutes of my stint left. And from here on was actually extended to about 3 or 4 seconds, because going through traffic, I managed to get through some traffic quite nicely. But you can see now, 7 minutes left to go. This number 6 guy is still out there. He's still got to make a pit stop, so we're in a very good position. As you can see, my teammate Jack Goldsmith in the number 27, he was 4 or 5 seconds behind, in fact, when we actually took over. Well, yeah, he was about 4 or 5 seconds behind because he did the pit stop one. We actually caught him up, where he's still got to make another pit stop, but he's got to go down the inside of him, down the hill now to make a little bit of contact. And this battle was just a really titanic battle. It was a really, really good battle, and it was quite nerve-wracking because I was actually quite concerned that number 6 hadn't pitted yet. He's only got 6 minutes to go, and he needs to make another pit stop. I don't know why they didn't really do it earlier, because their first driver was they're both very quick drivers. I don't know why they didn't switch drivers, because it's quite taxing in these karts. It's actually quite physically quite challenging, as Lando Norris actually said after the race as well. But you can see my teammate, he's going to go down the inside, but he's being very sensible. I was really hoping that he wouldn't spin or wouldn't throw it away, because that would have been quite devastating for him to spin, and then they make a pit stop and they could come out ahead of us. I really wanted them to be smart, and Jack, his racecraft is really incredible. He's a very, very good driver and knows exactly what to do, and I had full faith in him. And you can see he's not doing anything stupid at the moment. He knows himself that number 6 has got to make a pit stop at the end of the race. So we're going through the traffic now, and that's almost sometimes the hardest thing, is just going through the traffic, because there's no blue flags or anything at all. Everyone's pretty much racing for position, and not many people look up at the leaderboard, so they all assume that you're racing for position. So everyone really fights for every single corner. So number 6 is defending down the inside, and I was getting quite concerned because I was wondering why he's defending so hard when he knew he had to make another pit stop. So we weren't really too sure. So we were really treating this as if this was all or nothing really for the race winner. And I really, coming into this event, knowing that I had Jack and myself, the experience we have around here, I really, really wanted to win this first WTF event, as we managed to go around the outside now. So that is an amazing move by Jack. And hopefully, I was watching at the balcony, I was watching the whole track, hopefully, just really hoping that we could just stay ahead now. And I thought that was the case until number 6 goes down the inside once again, and I saw him go into the lead into that corner, and then I saw him lose the position. I was thinking, I just can't believe this is already making contact. So I was actually getting very nervous on the pit wall actually watching this now. I just didn't want Jack to go into the wall or to end a race or anything at all. It's very easy to spin in these karts. In fact, it's Jack going down the inside again, but he elects to go around the outside once more, as he did in the previous lap. He likes doing this little cutback, so making it very, very tight for him. So I think his idea is to make it very tight. Instead of going around the outside, this time he gets the switchback, gets a really good exit coming off here, and this should be the move done. And this time he gets him again, but of course coming down the hill, and there's a little bit of traffic, which is really, really not what you need at this point. Someone's spinning in front of you, but I think in a way that actually kind of compromised the number 6 line, so he's going to defend this time. So learning from the position of what happened on the last lap going into that corner, he actually learned from that. And now I was really hoping that number 6 wouldn't get situations, to see Jack jumping in the seat a little bit, just to get that little bit of oomph coming through here, going through number 29, going into turn 1. And I was really confident now that if Jack just gets a gap and he can get through the traffic confidently, then that's it. But number 6, with 3 minutes to go, has still got to make another pit stop here. So all what's going to happen is I just felt that we just had this, as long as we didn't break down. But skipping on to the last lap, we actually gained 4 seconds. He pulled away 4 seconds in those 2 laps or so going through traffic. And number 6 actually changed. Well, he actually did his pit stop going across the line, which I don't even think's allowed. I think he just did a run around where you don't have to change drivers, you just go into the pits. But Jack Goldsmith, Limits Racing, myself and Jack Goldsmith, we managed to win this first WTF1 event. And you can see there, number 6 is actually changing karts there, going across the line, which I think it's a little bit cheeky actually. I don't think I don't even know, I think there might be, surely there has to be something in the rules maybe in future about that, but nevertheless we still won. I would have felt so bad if we lost this race, because I just waited coming out the pits instead of just driving straight out. So I think we could have won by, I'd say maybe 20 seconds or so. So our pace was really, really good, really consistent. We both drove really smart races, and it was a pleasure to be a part of this event, and I'm so happy for Jack. He's someone who's very successful in these karts, and I really hope that he gets noticed quite a bit more on this. But that was really my race commentary of what we were thinking. Our strategy was for him to do the first 15 minutes, me to do half an hour, and then for him to do the last 15, because I really wanted him, if we were in a winning position, to be the one to take it home, to take the flag home, because I feel he really does deserve that massively. And he is just faster than me in these cars as well. I feel I'm very close to him, but he is an expert in these cars, and I was really fortunate for him to want to team with me for this event. So I really hope in future events we get to do that. Limitless racing coming out on top, which is pretty nice. We haven't had that in AOR for a while, so it's nice to have that in real life to actually prove to people that we can do it in real life as well, as not as just a F1 game where we actually can drive in real life as well. So that was pretty nice. But thank you so much to everyone who came up to me. It was really humbling to meet everyone. It was really, really well organized event, and I really hope I can meet many more people from ALR inside League Racing. I think that's what it's called. Apologies if it's not, but really nice to meet those people. Jack Bashford from IGP, co-owner Jack Williams, and many other people as well. But it was really a privilege to meet them, and hopefully, as I said, we can do many more of these in future. So I'll leave you now with the race interviews we had at the end, which was pretty daunting because I haven't really had too much experience of that, but hopefully you get many more experiences of that in the future in the Pro Series or other things I do. Really hope I get to have that. So thank you for watching. Full link in the description, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.
Don't count out James Doherty's efforts as well. James Doherty, who drove so hard to pull in P&O Ferries in the middle of the race.
Here we are, the winners. I'm unfortunately not part of that. James and Jack, the winners of the inaugural WTF1 Grand Prix, obviously the biggest Grand Prix on the calendar for anyone. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels amazing. First of all, thank you for hosting the event.
You're welcome.
It's been amazing. Couldn't have done it without this man. He's absolutely special, a beast around here, and yeah, it's just amazing to win the first one.
Jack, you're a beast around here. How do you take those comments?
Take them lightly, I suppose. I mean, I've been racing around here for a good 2.5 years now. Been doing endurance racing for 2 years. And to be honest, it's one of the best things I've done. And to be partnered up with James for this race, it's honestly a special moment for myself as well.
Special moment. So first place doesn't go, you don't go away untrophyable. I don't know what the word is. Do we have the trophy? We don't have the trophy. We'll have the trophy shortly. But the Grand Prix itself as a whole, we had the little pre-show, which I hope you guys enjoyed as well. And the race format, do you feel like, with only two of you, because usually it was a three-man team, with two of you, was it very much Jack carrying you, James, or are you happy with your performance as well?
Yeah, I think I pretty much was backpacked the whole time. But yeah, I think the format was absolutely amazing with the cars, seeing the cars go around here. I've never seen that. I've been going here for 20 years now and seeing an old F1 car around here is pretty amazing. And yeah, the format, we had a strategy. We were quite sweaty coming into this, so we had a bit of a strategy coming in mind, but hopefully make it into a series in the future. I'd love to see that. And yeah, hope you're back next year if you do.
And I'm literally sweating. You were sweaty in the terms of practicing and whatnot. And obviously you're wearing your Renault sport gear as well, being one of the drivers for the esports series. Obviously showing it off for the cameras, nice. And you've done pretty well by winning as well. Jack, what do you do and what do you hope to do? Is there anything like racing-wise that you want to do?
I would like to hopefully move into like endurance and cars, but it's just money dependent at the moment. My ultimate goal is to do the 24-hour Le Mans. Big push, but never give up.
Nice. So we don't have a check, unfortunately. It is literally just a trophy. But that is it. Are we done? We're done. Oh my God, we're done. How is it already done? I was like, woke up this morning so excited that the Grand Prix was going to happen, and now we're done. The WTF1 Grand Prix has finished. Thank you to Andrew over on the comms box. It's been an absolute pleasure. And from all of us here at WTF1, and obviously these guys as well, the winners of the inaugural WTF1 Grand Prix, goodbye.